24th of November 2022 marked the anniversary of the death of one of music's most beloved icons. Freddie Mercury, born Farrokh Bulsara in the now-defunct state of Zanzibar, died on November 24, 1991 due to complications from AIDS. But 30 years on, his voice and legacy are still revered in British culture. In the 2012 Olympic Games, a recording of the Queen frontman interacting with a Wembley crowd in 1986 was played, received by the crowd as though he were actually on stage. Later, in 2018, Rami Malek would step into his shoes for the film Bohemian Rhapsody, and sports teams nationwide still turn to We Are the Champions for celebrations. The lyricist dominated the international airways for 15 years, so it's unsurprising that he had connection to Liverpool and its rich musical culture. Freddie spent part of his formative years in the Mossley Hill area, although it wasn't included in the 2018 biopic. Freddie's time in the North would be influential in the formation of the band which would later become Queen. In 1969, having graduated from art college, Freddie joined the blues rock band Ibex, a Liverpool-based outfit that made the trip south in July of that year, desperately searching for fame and a record deal. Their stint in the capital was, however, unsuccessful, but they did happen to bump into Freddie, who persuaded them to take him in. Ken Testy, a music promoter and Ibex manager in 1969, spoke to the LiverpoolEcho 30 years later about his experiences with Freddie and recounted for the first time the future Queen frontman met Ibex. According to Ken, Freddie told the band, "You do realise I'm exactly what you're looking for. You've just got to make me your singer." Ibex returned to Merseyside with Freddie in tow, eager to make a return to the Northern gig circuit. Ibex were a Jimi Hendrix-inspired four-piece, consisting of Mike Bursin, John "Tuck" Taylor, Mick Smith, and Freddie on vocals, with roadie Geoff Higgins always in the picture. What we know of Freddie's time in London comes from Ken Testy, as well as Liverpool historian, writer and musician Mike Royden, a school friend of Ibex guitarist Mike Bursin. In 2019, Mike said, "Freddie Bulsara's time in Merseyside was not spoken of very much. It's only hardcore Queen fans who know the story, and there are so many different versions of it." After leaving school, he went down to London to try and make it with the band, and that's where he met Mercury. Mike came back to Liverpool because he had some gigs lined up, so Freddie came up too. Among the places they played was our school, Wade Deacon, at the end of term due in 1969. While living in the city, Freddie found temporary home in the flat above Penny Lane's famous Dovedale Towers. Formerly a church hall, Dovedale Towers already had its place in music legend, having hosted one of John Lennon's earliest gigs when he performed with the Quarrymen in 1957. Though Freddie may not have been aware of the Lennon link to his new room, he would have been fully indoctrinated by the Beatles' hit Penny Lane, where he now lived. Freddie's relationship with Liverpool is said to have extended far beyond brief spells with Ibex. Freddie made his first Ibex appearance at the Bolton Octagon on August 23, 1969, but his most famous performance with the band would occur just 2 weeks later. On September 9, 1969, Ibex performed at the Sink Club, now the magnet of Liverpool's Hardman Street. At the time, access to the club was only allowed to those carrying exclusive membership cards, consisting of a rubber plug on the end of a piece of string. During the performance, Freddie was joined on stage for the very first time by his partner in Edwardian scarves, Roger Taylor and Brian May, who were then part of the rock band Smile. It was here that the Queen we grew to love and adore first came together. Some also believe that Freddie even got the band name Queen from his time in Liverpool. The Queen Insurance buildings in Dale Street are thought to have given Freddie the inspiration he needed to design and illustrate the famous Queen band crest and logo.